how to replace your iPhone 4S screen. So in this video, we will go through this process. First, remove the two screws at the bottom. Now this screw is a pentaloop screw, so you need a pentaloop screwdrivers. Once the two screw has been removed, turn your phone over and push the back glass upwards and then take it out. Okay, once the back glass is removed, you can remove the two screw to disconnect the battery connector. So there are two screws on this connector. Take out the two screws and we will pry out the connector using a pry tool. Now be careful with this black metal piece, you don't want to lose it because we will need it again later. Using a pry tool, prefer a plastic one. Now we can remove the connector. Next we will remove the battery, so using a pry tool, lift up the battery and take it out of the phone. If you can, try to leave the adhesive in place. Now we can remove the metal shield so that we can disconnect the cables, the charging dock and speaker cables. Now using a pry tool, we can lift up the connector. There's some adhesive on the bottom, so just gently pull upwards. Now at the bottom, to remove the speaker dock, we need to remove the two screws. One near the vibrator right here and another one on the bottom right corner. So remove this one as well. Now we can remove the antenna cable. And after that, you can gently pull out the speaker. Now be careful, don't lose the black piece of plastic there. You need it to put it back in later. That sits just right next to the vibrator. Okay, after the speaker has been removed, we can now remove the screws on the logic board or the motherboard. There are a few screws that we need to take out. Now on this particular screws, you can use a flathead screwdrivers to remove it. This is a Phillips screw that we use. Now take out this middle one as well. And this metal shield have 4 screws that we need to take out. It is covering all the connectors underneath. So I'll go from the left to the right. Make sure you know where you put the screws. Otherwise later if you get mixed up, you can have a lot of problems. All the screws are of different size. So that's the 4 screws that we need to remove to get this metal shield open. Now using a tweezer, we can remove the shield. Now there's a small clip down there, so you need to push down a little bit. There's it's like a hook, small hook that hook into the hole, so you can push backwards and then peel up. Now you can see there are 2 small clip down there, and there's one right there. So just push down a little bit, not too hard, and it should come out. Just gently do this so that you don't break the cables behind it. There you can see there is a hook, so you need to gently push down a little bit and then take it out. Okay, now we can remove the camera. Simply pry up the connector and the camera comes out. While we're here, we can also disconnect the screen's connector. So it's the LCD and the touch connector. Once that is removed, we can remove some more screws. Now there may be some sticky tape covering the screws, so you need to remove the black stickers to get to the screws. There's a black piece of metal here that's covering the antenna, so using a tweezer we will lift up this black metal piece and put it to the side. Next we remove the screws next to the Wi-Fi antenna. This is a flathead screwdriver. Next we will pop out the SIM tray and we will disconnect that Wi-Fi antenna right there. There are a few cables over here that we need to disconnect, 3 of them. And there's one underneath and there's another one to the side. So we remove that 3 cables. And once everything is removed, you can lift up the motherboard and take it out. Just gently remove it. And out comes the logic board. Next we will remove the vibrator. The vibrator is held down by a very sticky glue. So using a sharp tweezer, we can just go underneath and push it up. The glue on the vibrator is very sticky, so you have to use a bit of force to get it out. Okay, now this is the screen. There are a few screws that we need to take out. Altogether 10 screws on the frame that hold down the glass. So there are 1 on each corner, so altogether 4 on the corners and 3 on each side. So 6 on both sides. Altogether there are 10 screws. We will need to take it out. So remove these 10 screws here as shown. We will first begin to remove the screw on the corners. Once the corner one is removed, you can now try to remove the one on the side. With the one on the side, you can just twist it a little bit. You don't need to take it all the way out because it is just used to hold down the frame, the metal piece, as you can see there. So if you just twist it like 1 turn until it is a bit loose, then we can take out the glass without having to take out the screws. You can take out the screws if you wanted to, but it just means that later when you put it back on, it will be more work. So we want to just give it a few twists, just enough so that it is loose for the frame to come out. Now once it is loose, you can pull out the glass. There are some glue at the top and at the bottom, so if it is sticky, you might want to use a pry tool to pull it out. Now we will try to push the connector out of the hole. As you can see there, if you just push it out, and now come the glass. Now on the glass, this one is missing a home button, but they are fairly easy to transfer over. Simply just take out that plastic rubber, and the home button, you just move it to the new screen. Also take note of the speaker. Sometimes it sticks to the earpiece, so if that metal mesh is stick to the earpiece, make sure that you take it out, because the new screen may already have that metal mesh and you don't want to double up on that part there. Otherwise you may not hear the sound clearly once you put it on. So remove the old piece and put it away. Now we get the old glass out of the way and we will try to put on the new one. So here I've got a home button that I'm going to put over. This is a new home button. You can simply use the one from the old screen, or you can put a brand new one in if you like. Make sure you check just to see that it sits flat on the surface. Next we will pull out this red protective sheet. Just pull them out slowly so that you don't peel up that silver plastic piece at the back there. If you see that the silver piece come out, then you might want to try from the other direction. Now slowly put the connector into the holes. Sometimes the top piece of connector can get stuck. If it does get stuck, try to use the pry tool and push it down and give it a little bit of help. They all should have the same size. Before pressing the screen down, make sure the connectors are the same size. Otherwise, if one is shorter than the other one, and if you press the screen down, you will break the cables. They are very sensitive and fragile. So make sure they are the same size, and if it is all properly put in together, now you can put the screen back down. Make sure all the screen sit nice and flat, and inspect on the side. Once it goes in, you can put the tennis wheel back in. Also make sure you put the vibrator back on as well. Once the vibrator is back on, we can now put the logic board back in. Now it'll be easier if we put the wheel back on in the middle, and this will hold down the logic board. So that one wheel we put in, and next you can try to pop back the SIM tray. This will also help to keep the motherboard into place. Next we can put the antenna, the Wi-Fi antenna back on and connect all the cables. Just make sure the one at the bottom go in first before you put the top one on next. So that one there, below there, there's a small one. Put that one in first. Then next you can put in the one on the top. Next we will connect the LCD connector and the touch screen connector. Now just take your time doing this, because if you are too rough, you may break the connector. So just be patient and slowly make sure they all connect properly. Next we can put the camera back in. Now don't forget to put this metal piece back on there. Next to the camera is a metal piece. So put that gold metal piece back on first. And screw it down. there should be a black plastic stickers. Put it on top of that screws. If you don't have it, then don't worry about it, but if you do, then just put it back in place. And next we can put the camera back and connect it to the logic board. We will now put the speaker back on. There are some of the clip at the bottom there. It's like a spring, so make sure you push them down, push the spring in, and then push down the speakers. There it is. As you can see, there are a few spring there, so push the spring in and then push the speaker down. So make sure they all come in first before you push down the speaker. Once the speaker sit in place, we can put the screws back on. Next we can connect the antenna back onto the logic board. And we will put a screw back on right there. Then we will connect the cables. So we'll put on the screws there as well. There are 2 screws on the metal shield that will hold down the connector. So we'll put it back on. There's another screw here at the top, so put that one on and tighten it with a flathead screws. Now don't forget this black piece of metal. So put it in there and push it down. Make sure they all line up properly. Okay, next we will put this metal shield back on. Now remember, there are 4 screws that need to be put on. Okay, here's the first one. We will go from the left to the right. So that's it. So that's the 4 screws has gone back in place. And the next one is the battery. So we will now place the battery back on. Remember that black piece of metal, make sure it sits under the connector. So there it is. So we put the 2 screws back on. One at the top and one at the bottom. After that, we can put the back glass back on. So put it on and slide it down. Then there are 2 screws that we need to put on at the bottom there. Once the thing is complete, you can turn on your phone and have a look. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoy it, and please leave a comment if you have any issues.